Welcome back to Books on the Focus, the podcast where we dissect books better than a surgeon dissects a frog. I'm your host, Bob, and with me as always, is the literary queen bee herself, Alice.
Hello bookworms. And Bob, please, no frog dissections on the air. Some of our listeners are eating. Today, we're diving headfirst into Grit, the Power of Passion and Perseverance, by the wonderfully insightful Angela Duckworth.
Grit, huh? Sounds like something you'd find on the bottom of your shoe after a particularly muddy hike. But this book is far from muddy, Alice. Published in 2016, this nonfiction gem boasts a 4.08 rating, which, let's be honest, is pretty darn good considering Goodreads is basically the Yelp of books.
Exactly. And it's not just a good rating, it's packed with real-world examples. Duckworth didn't just sit in an ivory tower theorizing about success. She got her hands dirty, interviewing everyone from Jamie Dimon, the CEO of JP Morgan, to the cartoon editor of The New Yorker. Talk about diverse perspectives.
That's what I love about it. It's not just about some abstract concept of success. She tackles the question, why do some people succeed and others don't? It's not always about innate talent, right? She argues that grit, this blend of passion and perseverance, is often the deciding factor. Remember that National Spelling Bee kid who choked under pressure? This book helps understand why.
Absolutely. The synopsis highlights this perfectly. It's a fascinating exploration of how passion fuels perseverance, leading to achieving ambitious goals. It's not just about talent, it's about sticking with it, even when things get tough. That's the core message. And she uses compelling stories to illustrate this point. Those West Point cadets struggling through their training? That's grit in action.
And the book is surprisingly personal too. Duckworth shares her own journey, overcoming her own perceived limitations. It's inspiring and relatable. It's a 277-page hardcover, perfect for those cozy nights by the fireplace. Although, I suspect you might find yourself taking notes as you read. It's not just a self-help book. It's a blueprint for achieving your goals.
Exactly. It's a practical guide disguised as a captivating story. It's about understanding your passions, setting realistic goals, and having the perseverance to achieve them, even when you want to give up. So, listeners, if you're looking for a book that will inspire you to push your limits and achieve your dreams, Grit is definitely worth checking out. It's more than just a book, it's a call to action.
That's a wrap for this week's episode of Books on the Focus. Thanks for joining us, Alice. And to our listeners, happy reading.
Happy reading, everyone. And remember, even if you don't have natural talent, you can still achieve incredible things with grit.